Hey, it's October and I'm getting IVIG today. I guess this will be maybe my 10th, not sure. Usually it's around once a month. So the last one I got, I went 6 weeks in between infusions. I was doing the whole year every 4 weeks. I was trying to see if I can go every 6 weeks. Well, I talked about in my last video that the last 2 weeks from the previous infusion that I was really tired. So I got the infusion. Well, I started to feel like that tiredness again, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going back to every 4 weeks. I had a little bit of stress at work and stuff, so that might have added to it, but I could tell like I'm feeling more tired. So I just called the office, and one thing is you have to get insurance approval for every little change. So I did not know that. I thought I could just go back to 4 weeks because I was approved for 4 weeks, same brand and everything. But even though I was approved for 4 weeks, same brand, when they switched it to 6 weeks and they go back to 4 weeks, they had to get approval. So I had to wait for that. They finally got the approval, so now I'm going to Wednesday. I usually go on Friday, so I have the weekend, but I have something this Friday. So it's about 4.5 weeks since my last infusion. I'm definitely feeling a little bit more tired, like I could sleep more, but it's not horrible or anything. I have like some allergies going on, like I don't know if it's the fall weather, like the changes about the allergies outside. There was construction done at my office, so I was like sneezing a lot, thinking maybe it's construction dust, but then other people have been having allergy issues, so I don't know. I've been on Allegra every day. And then my nose is like running at work, and I'm blowing out my nose. It's all clear, but there's something going on there. So don't know if that's going to make everything worse. But anyway, I took the Claritin today because they said take that for IVIG, and then I'm going to take the Tylenol as soon as I leave here, and should be the same thing. Hopefully they get my stick. I don't know, maybe we'll do the hand again, see how these veins show up. And then I'll get the fluids and Panzyga, 25 grams, and probably sleep a lot. It's Wednesday evening after the IVIG this morning. They were able to actually get my forearm this time. Woo! I told her about how they've had trouble before, and we usually just do the hand. Well, she used the light. She could see a vein on my arm, and I said, you can try, but if it doesn't work the first time, we're just going to the hand. And she came with a light and looked at it and found out where it was going, and then she was able to get it in the first time, so that was good. I still have a problem with this brand specifically, that it starts to hurt my veins. So like during the infusion, I had a little pain at the site where the needle was in there, and then the veins where they kind of like on the arm, like throughout the arm, was very sensitive touch when I left. Like when she took the thing out and just pressed on it, I was like in pain. So it's some kind of inflammation of the veins that happens, and usually that lasts a couple days. It's actually okay right now, but it was very painful touching any part of my arm leaving. I got real tired during the infusion like usual. After about, I think, I got the fluids, which is fine. Once about the first half hour was done, it bumps it up to like 30 milliliters per hour, and then it goes to 60 milliliters per hour. Well, after the first 30 minutes, I got really tired, and I was trying to do some work, and so I pushed through a little bit, and finally I just like took a nap before lunch. Got lunch, and then after I was kind of like really tired again. I was done in about around 2:15. It was 30 minutes of the fluids, and then about a little less than 5 hours for the whole bag. So total like 5 hours and 15 minutes. When I got home, I knocked out. I went on the sofa, I put a movie on TV, and I crashed. Like I slept for almost 3 hours. And while I was sleeping, like my head was hurting. I could feel almost like a lot of pressure in my head, and I feel like sleep helps get that all, like maybe that's the migraine thing. I was like, man, I need to really drink some fluids, and or maybe I don't know what it is, but I have some kind of very bad reaction with like fatigue right after being really tired, and something with my head. So I could feel like a headache. I just kept sleeping because I really couldn't wake up. I think if I woke up, I'd get a migraine. So I slept, and then finally I got up to eat, which is fine. I don't have a headache or anything. I just feel really tired. So I'm drinking a lot of fluids, ate. I'm just gonna drink a lot, and I'm ready to go back to bed, which is what I normally do. The first day is sleep a lot. That usually helps though, and I think it's usually towards tonight I actually get energy, is what I remember, or at least by tomorrow. So I have to work tomorrow and Friday. So I don't know how that's going to go because I usually have the weekend to kind of rest and just wake up when I want. So I am going to do that for tomorrow. Like I'm going to sleep as much as I need and just go in late if I have to. So it's Thursday evening. Feeling pretty tired right now. Just got home from work a little while ago, ate dinner, and probably going to go to bed. So the main issues I'm having is just a little bit of fatigue. I slept pretty good last night, knocked out, woke up kind of tired. It was hard to get up, but I was able to get up. I think I got into work around 8:30. Worked all day. I didn't feel bad. I was drinking a lot of fluids throughout the day. I brought some Gatorade with me to work, got water at work. So I drank a lot throughout the day. Felt fine until after. I was actually studying for this exam, so when I finished working, I stayed a little bit later to study, and then I was like, no, I'm tired. Came home, ate, and just feeling really tired. So I kind of felt like my body was a little worn down throughout the day, and I do have a little bit of back aches, like a little bit of pain in the bones or the muscles, but nothing serious, mainly just kind of worn down, tired, but fun fact, this time last year, around the end of the year, because we're in October, is usually when I get sick. So probably November, December, January, like the winter months as well. And anytime somebody came to work and got sick, I got sick 10 times worse. It lasted longer. It was like a big joke, because I would always blame so-and-so for getting me sick, and everybody got sick at different times, and I always was the one who catch it. So one person would get sick this week, and then I'd be sick, and then 3 weeks later, another guy's sick, and then I'm sick again. And so I was always the one getting it from everybody, and I was spraying Lysol in the office and all that. Well, last week, a coworker was sick. They had told me they were feeling sick. I was like, stay away. And then this whole weekend, they had fever and everything. Well, I didn't get that yet. I mean, they are fine now, and they didn't come to work Monday and Tuesday because they had took off, and then I was at Wednesday. So, but I was with them when they were feeling sick last week, like on Thursday and Friday. So I haven't got sick. So this IVIG must be doing something, because that can tell. And even if I can make it through the end of this year without going to the doctor, for sure is helping. Now, I feel like some side effects, but I'm not getting very sick, which I'll take this over that. So now I'm realizing the benefits of the IVIG and the difference. It's mainly just this little fatigue, which I can deal with. And I have to remember and remind myself that I used to feel like this all the time. Like every day coming home and going to bed, like that was normal for me. So yeah, the IVIG is causing me worse than I was 2 days ago. Like I was not this fatigued. You know, the reaction to getting the IVIG does something to my body. It makes me really tired. But at the same time, I used to be very, very tired all the time, like every day. So I have to realize the difference with that. So I did drink elderberry tea yesterday. That may help me go to bed and do well, and going to bed today. Hey, so it's Friday evening, and today was a pretty good day. Most of the side effects kind of went away. Worked only half a day. Trying to think when I went in. I actually slept a little bit. I was still kind of tired this morning. Slept in, went to work, might have been closer to 9. And worked half of the day, came home, and then I don't know what just happened to the volume, but I re-listened to that and it was no volume on the end of the video. But Anyway, when I came home, I did some studying for this exam I'm studying for, and then I'm about to go to this workshop tonight, so it's a full day. Hope I can make it through the whole day and not be so tired tonight. Usually I get a little tireder at night, but overall it's doing really well, and I just went outside and did some work. That's why I'm a little sweaty, but much better. Like, the body aches. I'm a little tight. I haven't stretched, which I need to do. Probably should do that now, and my hamstrings are tight and stuff like that. The vein issue, like, very little now. I don't feel it that much, and overall doing pretty good. So it's only about 2 days after. Side effects should be better the rest of the week, and that's it. Hey y'all, so it's Monday evening, and sorry I didn't get on, I think, the last 2 days. It's been kind of crazy. Today I'm actually starting to feel bad. I'll talk about that in a minute, but just recap the weekend. I think I planned too many things to do. Don't do that after an infusion. Make sure you have days off to rest. That's usually why I do it on Friday, so I have the weekend, and I just usually sleep in and stuff like that. Well, I had it on a Wednesday, so I had to go to work Thursday and Friday, which was fine. I didn't feel, you know, from my previous clips. And this weekend, I had signed up for a workshop, and it was Friday night and Saturday morning. And so Friday night, I usually would go to bed early during my infusion week. And so I was there until like 9 o'clock at night. I think it's when the thing let out. And so that in itself, I was already tired. Well, the next morning I had to be there like right after 8. So I was kind of like tired, pushing myself. So I was pushing my body, dealing with, you know, post-infusion, and worn out from that. I'm trying to study for this exam. I probably crammed a little too much. So then I came home. I think I wound up taking a nap. Yeah, on Saturday because I was tired. Then I tried to study. And then Sunday, went to church, and then I went and played volleyball. And I definitely can tell that it causes something with my body and my muscles and everything else. And so, like, I was extremely tight. Like, I really needed to stretch because I kind of pulled something in my knee because it was tight. And I had stretched before I went and played, but it was like overly tight. My shoulder is like killing me right now. I had surgery on this shoulder a couple years ago. It's always a little bit stiff, but it's more stiff than normal. Having problems with that. My whole body hurts. My whole body is sore. And I play volleyball every week, and I am sore all over from playing on Sunday. So that was a lot. And then it went longer than it ever goes on a Sunday. I play once a month on Sunday, and it was the longest day ever. So by the time I got home, I was exhausted, ate and like lay down, tried to watch a movie, and went to bed early. And I crashed early last night, slept pretty good. I woke up at a normal time, worked all day, and all of a sudden at the end of the workday, I'm like, I'm feeling sick. Like, I can tell when I get sick before I get sick. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I have fever, and my body feels like I can't do anything to get it's to kind of boost its immune system or come back. It's going to crash. And I'm like, great. I was just talking about this, how a coworker was sick, and they're still sick, but they're out of town on a work thing. And I'm like, I probably freaking got that. I don't know. I think it was just a lot of doing way too much this weekend, on top of it being a post-infusion weekend. Didn't get, I did sleep a lot, but like just didn't not do anything. Like usually I just stay at home. Even though I'm awake, I'm just watching TV or something like that. I do a little bit of things. So, and then on top of it, like trying to study and all that, using my brain. So I'm worn out. So I came home, didn't have fever, weird, like 97 point something. But I feel like I'm getting fever. And ate dinner and going to bed early. One thing I wanted to show y'all was, this is so weird. I have this sleep app, and I basically have a memory foam mattress, and you put this thing under your bed, and it can tell you when you're in deep sleep, when you're in REM sleep, when you're in light sleep, and when you wake up throughout the night. And so usually I don't sleep very good. I average around 9 hours every day. Like, that is my average. Sometimes it might go higher and lower, but for the most part, I need 9 hours, just what I need. And all throughout the night there'll be these, it gives the hour you fell asleep, and then all this, and then it gives like all these orange marks of when you woke up. And I wake up for like a minute, like every 10 minutes I'm waking up for a minute. So usually my body hurts, I'm moving around, tossing and turning, whatever. Well, I happen to be looking at it, and it has all the previous dates. And so I was looking at by the day. And so the day that it says on here is the day like you wake up. So if it's Wednesday night and you wake up on Thursday, it'll say Thursday. So I'm going to show you a typical day. So this is actually Tuesday, which would be Monday night. Tuesday, I had my infusion on last Wednesday, or not even a week ago. So this is a Tuesday, just so you see what this looks like. So the dark blue is deep sleep. The yellow is REM sleep. The light blue is, the yellow is REM, light blue is light, and then these orange marks, you can see all these little dashes, that's when I wake up for like a minute. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, it'll show. So the next day was the day before my infusion. It says Wednesday, but it's, so I actually had to get up and use the bathroom in the middle of the night. You see the little person, and I woke up a couple times. Well, this never happens, but the night my infusion was Wednesday, I actually took a nap on the sofa, so it didn't get recorded. I think I slept 3 hours. And then I went to bed early. Well, according to this, it says 9:55 is when I went to bed, or when I fell asleep. Well, there's no little orange marks on the top. And so I had told y'all I get exhausted. So I woke up to go to the bathroom at some point, and if you click on them, you can actually, wrong thing. If you click on this guy, you can see what time it was. I don't know what that says, 5:45 a.m. I woke up and used the bathroom, and then I went back to sleep. There's no little orange dots. Like the next day, it still like wasn't orange in the beginning, but I have these orange dots, start to wake up during the night, and then it's back to like normal when I constantly wake up. Well, that shows you something, because I get so exhausted the day of the infusion. Like I sleep all day basically. I sleep while I'm getting it. I come home, I sleep, and I go to bed. And when I was looking at that, I was like, that's crazy. I never have I had a night. I'd have to go back and look at maybe past infusions where I don't have any waking up during the night. So I was knocked out cold the night of my infusion. That was interesting. So anyway, I'm going to try to just rest. I didn't realize I have a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I have to wake up early to get there. I have to get there at 7:45. But I really need a rest. So I came home, ate dinner, putting on a movie, and trying to just go to bed and rest. And hopefully, you know what, I'm going to drink some elderberry tea, because that usually helps the immune system. So I'm going to do that and rest and hope I can not be horribly bad, or this IVIG kicks in and gets whatever's coming at me, whatever sickness. Weather's changing as well, and this is the season for me to be sick. So I'll update tomorrow. Hey, so it's Wednesday evening. Didn't get on yesterday either. Ignore all this going on. I had a mole that they flattened, so I have to keep this dressing on here, change it every day. So try to ignore that. But kind of been really tired. This infusion, even though this brand's better, and I definitely know that, I feel like out of all the ones I've got of this brand, this is one of the worser ones. If that makes sense. It's better than the ones I was on previous. But my body still hurts. And I know I had played volleyball on Sunday, but it's like my whole body is still hurting all over. So all throughout the night I'm hurting. I have to keep like tossing and turning, like during the day. Like right now, like I feel my back hurting. So it's like my muscles are weak. So I was staying after work today to study for an exam, and it was like 6:30 and the fire alarm goes off. I'm on the 10th floor, or I don't know if it was fire alarm, just an emergency alarm. And of course, with this whole thing with the Hard Rock Hotel building collapse and all that, I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like the only one that left in the building. I have to go down 10 flights of stairs. And I was like almost shaking when I got to the bottom, because my muscles are really weak. And then I'm like, you know what? Like, I really am weak. Like, normally I work out, I play volleyball, like, I'm in shape, so I can normally handle that. And when I got to the bottom, I was like exhausted. I'm like, my body really is hurting, and like almost like my muscles were real fatigued, like shaking and everything. So yesterday I took an Epsom salt bath. I got home late, and I thought maybe that would help, and it did a little bit, but not really. I think I had drank elderberry tea a couple days. Oh, I didn't get real sick. Maybe that helped, because I think I came home Wednesday, and I wasn't feeling good at all, and I drank the elderberry tea and I slept, and I didn't really get sick. I kind of been feeling nauseous like towards the end of the workday. Like I get nauseous a little bit in the afternoons, and I think maybe that's also a side effect. And then like what you would call the flu-like symptoms. I don't know, the body aches. Like for some reason, like my muscles get really weak. It's like, see my neck hurting. Like, and the other thing is, I don't ever have any head pressure or headaches during the day. But when I'm sleeping and I kind of like wake up because I'm turning or whatever, I feel pressure in my head. Like the last couple of nights that has happened. So like I feel the pressure, but only when I'm sleeping. It's so weird. So anyway, it's been a week. Now I gotta deal with this. I passed out yesterday when they gave me the shots. I don't do good with needles. So going 4 weeks. Now I'm like, great. Am I gonna suffer for 2 weeks so I can be okay for 2 weeks? That's the whole thing of me trying to change to every 6 weeks versus every 4 weeks. So I'm still figuring this whole thing out. But hopefully next week or the rest of this week is better and it continues to get better. I've never felt that boost of energy like I usually get after an IVIG, like at least one day or night. But I've also been like doing way too much, like working, studying, and then I told y'all about the workshop. Like I just did a lot after this infusion. It's not a good idea. So next time I'm not planning anything. So that's it. If this video was helpful, like it. You can subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing videos throughout. I'll update on health stuff. And if you have any comments or questions, put it in the comment section. I will answer them. See y'all next time.